you say you're from France, probably people are like, oh, wow, Paris? Can you share that story about how you might just say you're from France?
One common point between all of the Reunion Island people, when we go to other countries, we have to introduce ourselves. So first we say we're French, but then when the people, they ask us which part of France, we start to explain like, oh yes, Reunion Island, French island, next to Madagascar. It's like we give a geography class.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the NG English show. My name is John Drummond, or Yang Hao-en.
Hi, 大家好，欢迎回到 NG 英文，我是 Stephanie。今天的来宾来自法国的留尼汪岛，等等会跟大家介绍。那 Pauline 是一位模特，而且热爱学习语言。她渴望 aspire 成为台湾与法国留尼汪岛之间的桥梁。接下来就赶快来听听她的故事吧。让我们来欢迎 Pauline。Today
I am joined by the lovely Pauline.
Hi.
Pauline is from Reunion Island, France, which we are going to tell you all about today. I'm so excited to share more about her incredible island and what she's doing here in Taiwan. Pauline is a model, she is a language lover, she is an aspiring bridge between Taiwan and France and Reunion Island, and I can't wait to tell more about her life. So everyone, please welcome Pauline.
Hi guys. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, you know, I'm so happy that we got to meet through some mutual friends.
Yes.
And, you know, you were telling me about your island and your life and your journey with Mandarin and English.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Pauline, please come on the show. You're wonderful. People need to see you. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So do you think, Pauline, you could give our audience here on NG England a little bit of introduction? Who is the woman, the myth, the legend?
Okay. So let me introduce myself. My name is Pauline. I am French from Reunion Island. The Chinese name is留尼汪岛. And yes, I am mixed race. My grandma is Chinese, yeah. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, you know, when we met, you were telling me something that is so common that I hear around the world, and a lot of my Taiwanese friends tell me too about their, you know, when they explain where they're from. And could you share that story about, like, you know, how you might just say I'm from France?
Yes, sure. So one common point between all of the Reunion Island people, when we go to other countries, we have to introduce ourselves, but often we get some troubles to explain where we are from. So first we say we're French, but then when the people, they ask us like which part of France, we be like, oh, we start to explain like, oh yes, Reunion Island, French island, next to Madagascar, yeah, and it's like we give a geography class. Yeah, and it's very difficult, and some people don't get it, some people, they kind of understand,
yeah, it's so interesting because I think about when you say you're from France, probably people are like, oh, wow, Paris?
Yes, exactly.
And then you're like, no, not exactly. But maybe sometimes it's easier, right? To just probably be like, yeah.
Yes, I think sometimes when people, they totally don't understand, I just say I am from the south of France, somewhere like this, because it's more simple.
Yeah, it's simpler. And this is a beautiful opportunity then for us to educate everyone who's listening to the show. Yeah, that, you know, France, just like the US, just like many different countries, they have territories, they have different parts that are not connected to the kind of main location, the main country. And so Reunion Island is a French island that's near, I think, on the east side of Madagascar. Is that right?
Exactly, yes.
Wow, so cool. So you grew up there, right?
Yes, so I was born and raised in Reunion Island. Both of my parents are from Reunion Island as well, yeah. And when I was 15 years old, I went to France to graduate at high school, yeah.
Right, so you actually then go to the mainland.
Yes, mainland.
The mainland, France, to then actually study.
Pauline 来自法国的留尼汪岛，叫做 Reunion Island。那她是一位混血儿，因为她的外婆是华人。那来宾有提到，留尼汪岛的人通常都会对外说自己来自法国， 因为比较难解释他们的位置。但当有人问起来自法国哪里的时候，他们就得解释。那留尼旺岛其实是一个隶属于法国的岛屿，那它就在马达加斯加的旁边。来宾还笑说，每次要回答的时候都觉得好像自己在上一个地理课 Geography。有时候当大家还是搞不清楚的时候，他就会说他来自南法，因为这样或许会比较好理解一点。那其实像法国跟美国有很多海外领土，那这些地方未必跟原本的国家在地理上有连结在一起。像大家可能比较知道的是关岛跟塞班岛，那他们都是隶属于美国的岛屿。那来宾是出生并且在留尼旺岛长大的，他的父母都是留尼旺岛人。那其实他15岁的时候，为了要读高中，他飞去了法国的巴黎。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
And so now you're in Taiwan, you've done modeling all over the world, you're looking into kind of being, you know, you could be a superstar here. I mean, you speak French, you speak English, you speak Chinese, you speak Creole.
Creole, yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness, international superstar. Gonna be a singer, I can see it. Model singer, I can see it. But yeah, so tell us, what are you passionate about? What are you looking to do now in Taiwan? What's your goals here?
So I think my main goal was to study in Taiwan, but because some things happened, like I had to change my plans, and I discovered an interest over modeling and acting. But I still think I have a lot to improve yet, but this is something that I enjoy, so I try to pursue it, to do it a lot, yes. And at first, when I came, I was studying Chinese at Sheda.
Sheda, what's up?
So I did study there for 2 years, and then I took the exam to go to Sheshin Daxue because I wanted to study communication,
in Chinese.
Yes, in Chinese.
So you wanted to do your 4-year university in Mandarin Chinese. So cool.
So this was my dream at first because I really liked this school and I really like to study, so for me it was very natural to study. So I took the exam and I passed, and the thing is I didn't get the scholarship. So yeah. But you know what I think is that when life, like when you get sudden life changes, I think it's like, how should I say, this is I don't think I should see this as something bad. Of course I was sad, but I think this is opportunity to look beyond what I saw, like, so
wise international superstar.
Because like when I was at that time, I was very into study, like I didn't see anything else, but it was at that time that I started to do some modeling, and I saw that I really enjoy taking picture, taking pose, like seeing myself, but with different makeup style, and trying to put the style with some attitude. And I think this is very cool. Yeah. I really enjoy, and doing acting also. I think I took this as an opportunity to improve myself into something different. Like I was like, it kind of changed my my point of view, like, because at that time I was like, oh, if I want to succeed in life, I have to study like this. But then I changed a little bit my mind, and I thought maybe it's better if I just live my life while seizing the opportunity I get, and maybe it will lead me to a better life. Like maybe I will be more happy.
Whoa! Beautifully said. Yes, I think taking these challenges, these obstacles, and trying to look at them from a different light you're very wise beyond your years, because that's a very challenging thing, right? If you are so focused on one thing and that thing doesn't happen, it can ruin people, you know, and it can depress people. And, you know, my heart goes out to people who are going through those things. But so wonderfully said, you looked at it from a different perspective, like, oh, maybe that wasn't my path, or maybe I can make a new path now.
Yes, exactly.
I love that.
来宾曾经在各种不同的国家担任过模特儿，而且他还会英文、中文、法文还有克里奥尔语 Creole。你是不是还想说最后一个语言是什么？没关系，我也是第一次听到，但我帮大家做好功课了。Creole 的原意是混合，那它通常是由西班牙文、英文、法文以及非洲的语言混合后的一个简化语。那来宾原本来台湾的计划是想要来读书，但因为发生一些事情之后，他只能改变计划。然后后来他也发现他对于当模特儿跟演戏有兴趣，所以就开始追求 pursue 这方面的发展了。那开始来台湾的时候是在师大学中文，他在那边学了2年之后就考上了世新的入学考试，因为他当时想要读传播 communications。他当时很喜欢这间学校，也很喜欢学习，所以对他而言其实是非常轻松自然的事情。那其实他通过了考试，只是分数没有到。那虽然这打乱了他的计划，但他也并不觉得是一件坏事，因为他可以去摸索其他的发展。像他当时本来很热衷于读书，但也开始接触了一些模特儿的工作。他后来发现其实自己蛮喜欢被拍照的，因为每次都有不同的妆容跟打扮。那他也开始尝试着演戏，这其实让他改变了观点与看法 point of view。 他后来也想通了，他认为应该把握机会，顺着现在的方向走，或许会比较开心跟轻松。也像他原本很专注于一件事情，结果中间遇到了一些挑战跟障碍，可是他非常正面的去看待这件事情，代表他非常的有智慧。我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
And so thinking about your bigger goals, your bigger plans, which I love, we were talking a little bit about being a bridge between Taiwan and your island. You're back home in France, Reunion Island. What do you aspire to do with that?
Because the first thing I noticed when I came to Taiwan is that nobody knows about the island, or maybe some people, but not the majority. So I would like to share more about the culture, our traditions, language, like we speak Creole, yeah, and I think, to be honest, yes, the food, because like let me tell you. So like I told you, we have a lot of Chinese people because everybody's mixed race. So we are mixed between Asian and African, and with some French people as well. So we eat very diverse food, and we have a lot of Chinese style food. So I think if Taiwanese people, they come to the island, they will love the food, and I don't think they will feel too much like unfamiliar, because we celebrate Chinese New Year. We have like some points I think it's very similar, and if Taiwanese people they come to the island, they will definitely enjoy the trip. Yeah,
it's wonderful. Yeah, and that's all new to me too, because I didn't know there was I knew there was a lot of African mixed with kind of European, but I didn't. You were telling me, it's a lot of Asian mix too, and that's just so you're opening up so many new perspectives and world views. And so it's so cool. And so you get to be here in Taiwan sharing about your island, educating about your island, and hopefully bringing some of your Taiwanese friends to the island eventually. And maybe bringing your family from Reunion Island to Taiwan.
Yes. At first, like before COVID, it was my plan, like my family, they wanted to come to Taiwan because they were very curious about Taiwan. And COVID happened, so they couldn't come. But of course, like someday, if we get the opportunity, they will come and I will show them around. But one thing is sure, they will like the food.
They will like the food. That's very important. Yeah. So maybe ending on that chapter, is there what's your favorite thing about Reunion Island that you could share with our audience?
I definitely can't pick only one thing, but I like the way we live and the way we think. I think we are very joyful people, and I think this is something rare because you don't see that easily in big countries. So I think this is definitely something in small islands like Reunion Island. I think we're very joyful, like HOPE, like very how should I say, we have a good energy and we can share easily to people. So this is definitely,
I feel it. Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing. Sharing joy. And I have noticed that as I've traveled the world, I have noticed that sometimes islands have a simpler, more happy outlook,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and when I'm on like big mainland islands, big cities, it's everyone's
Yes.
like fighting for everything, like the same things, but on the island it's more sharing, it's more giving, it's more slow down, mama lai.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you for sharing about your incredible island. Anyone listening, please Google it or reach out to our wonderful friend here, Pauline, and learn more about it.
来宾有提到他想要成为台湾与法国留尼旺岛之间的桥梁，这是因为他刚到台湾的时候发现大多数 majority 的人其实不知道留尼旺岛，所以他希望可以透过他分享他们的文化、传统、语言跟美食。因为像其实他们岛屿上面有超多华人的，而且他们很多都是亚洲、非洲跟法国的混血儿，他们的食物也非常的多元 diverse。但刚刚也有提到，因为有不少华人的关系，所以中华料理也是蛮多的。他认为台湾人如果有机会去留尼旺岛的话，应该会非常喜欢他们的食物，并不会觉得陌生 unfamiliar。那其实也是会过新年之类的，所以与台湾文化其实蛮相似的。那在疫情爆发之前，其实来宾的家人本来打算来台湾一趟，因为他们对台湾充满好奇，可惜后来疫情爆发了。但如果之后有机会，他们还是会想要来。那这样有请来宾分享有什么是他最喜欢留尼旺岛的事情。那来宾说其实他很难只选一个，因为像他很喜欢他们的生活方式跟他们的思维。那他认为他们是非常快乐的一群人，他认为这是其他国家中比较罕见的 rare， 因为他认为他们是一群非常活泼、快乐也乐于分享的人。那就像 John 自己本身也去过蛮多地方旅游的，他也注意到其实在岛屿上生活的人会比较慢步调、开心、活泼跟乐于分享。那反观呢，在大城市当中，大家好像都比较会为了某一件事情在争夺。那其实我也有同感，这也是为什么我很喜欢去岛屿度假。那像其实我觉得菲律宾跟泰国的离岛跟本岛的感受度就非常明显。本岛感觉比较以利益为优先考量，但离岛感觉好像一切都变得比较随性一点。我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
But do you think we could switch gears a little bit, because you speak 4 languages now, and as we were talking about you being the bridge for your Taiwanese friends and for friends in France and Reunion Island, you use all languages and you use English now. So let's start maybe with English. When did your English journey begin?
Oh, I think my English journey started when I was very young, because I always got interested into learning English. And when I was a teenager, like maybe 14 years old, I remember I was reading a lot of English literature. Yes, because I was very into reading at that time. And also I remember, for example, if I was journaling, I was journaling in English.
Wow.
So I think if you practice in your daily life, you will get more familiar with this.
Yeah, that's a great tip. So you were reading in English, beginning to maybe thinking more in English,
Yes,
and then you
also.
were journaling, you were writing in English.
Yeah.
Wow, so you were doing everything right there. You know, you were just, and probably talking to yourself
Yeah.
in English. Wow, it's so cool. And so thinking about kind of that process, did that help you learn Chinese as well?
I think I learned my Chinese in a very different way, because I tend to focus more on my writing. Because I think, yes,
Me too.
already.
Me too, because I love Chinese characters.
Yes, me too. Yeah, so,
They're so beautiful.
I try to write every day, and after I finish to write, I will try to spend some time, for example, listening to Chinese news, even if I don't understand everything. But if your ears can catch some words, I think you will get more familiar. And also, I think the thing that helped me the most is getting a lot of Taiwanese friends, because I think in Taiwan, many foreigners, they tend to spend time with foreigners, but I don't think this is a good idea, because if we are with people from our countries or similar countries, we speak in our native language,
whatever's our most
or
comfortable,
English,
right?
yes. But I don't think we will speak Chinese between each other. Yeah. So I think when I came to Taiwan, I only hang out with Taiwanese people.
I love hearing that your journey began with writing characters
Yeah.
too. Yeah, because I remember I just loved writing the strokes and
Yes.
and then saying the words, like saying, you know, whatever I'm pronouncing, and every time I'd write it, I just say it.
Yes.
Was that similar for you? Like you would kind of write one and say it and write
Yes.
another?
Because I think it's better to memorize if we write and then we say it out loud.
Yeah, I had like the little, school children books,
yes.
Like with all the lines and the boxes, and I would just be like, whoa. It's so cool.
刚刚有提到来宾会4种语言，那我们先从英文开始说起吧。其实他很小的时候就开始学习了，而且到了14岁左右的时候，他记得他非常喜欢看英文文学的书。他当时还在写日记 journaling 的时候，他也都是用英文写的。他认为要在日常生活当中使用的话，才会变得越来越熟悉。来宾在学中文的时候，他认为方式比较不一样。像中文的话，他就比较专注在写字的部分。他虽然没有办法完全听懂中文的新闻，但他也认为只要抓到一些词汇，就会变得越来越熟悉。他觉得帮助最大的就是交了很多的台湾朋友。来宾发现其实蛮多外国人都会想要跟外国人当朋友，但他认为这并不是一件好事，因为其实来自同一个国家或是类似国家的人，如果一起交流的话，他们都还是会习惯用他们的母语。所以他来台湾的时候就只跟台湾人一起玩。那像 John 的学习历程其实有点类似，他很喜欢中文的字，所以他会一边写一边说。那来宾也认为这样会比较容易背起来。我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
Well, thank you for joining us today on the NG English show. A question, though, I love to end with, because you are such a wise soul, would be if you could go back and talk to a younger Pauline, would there be any advice you give yourself about language, life, Taiwan, Reunion Island, anything?
There is one thing I struggle with is that I have too much anxiety. I stress a lot, and if I would say something, okay. If I would say something to my younger self, I think I would definitely say, don't put you too much pressure on yourself. Like, just enjoy life. Like, because I think I waste too much time in my life because of stress, and this is not good. So maybe I would just say, just don't stress. And like, yes, to say something also related to university and stuff like this, like when I couldn't go into university. There is an English saying, it's like when life gives you lemons, you have to squeeze them.
Make lemonade. Yes.
I think this is very important. Like, if I just have to say something, it's just like, don't stress over something that didn't go as planned. Because when life gives you lemons, you can squeeze them and make lemonade.
Cheers.
Yes.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Great expression. Yeah, great phrase to say here. So I'm sure Stephanie will do wonderful translating that with us.
来宾认为自己太焦虑 anxious， 所以容易产生压力。所以他会给年轻的自己的建议就是不要给自己这么大的压力，因为他认为非常浪费时间，自己应该多享受人生。那他当时没办法读大学时，就想到一个英文的谚语，那就是 When life gives you lemons, make lemonade。直接的翻译的话，就是如果人生给了你一颗柠檬，那就把它做成柠檬汁吧。但其实意思是要提醒自己，用诙谐的方式去看待人生遇到的任何难题，然后见招拆招，那将眼前的难题转变成另一个成长的机会哦。我好喜欢来宾活泼跟正面的态度哦，真的非常值得学习。大家听完来宾的介绍之后，是不是很想要去留尼旺岛度假啊？如果你没有这样的想法，代表你其实还没有去查留尼旺岛，对吧？所以快去 Google 这个美丽的岛屿吧。我们就谢谢今天的来宾 Pauline。
I would love if we could share some of your social media where people can follow along with your life more online.
Oh, yes, sure. I have Instagram. My ID is Pauline Pong. Yes.
Pauline, yeah, that's your Mandarin name, right?
Yes, my Chinese name.
Yeah,
yes.
what's your Chinese name?
My Chinese name is Pong Pauline.
Awesome, Pauline. Well, thank you for joining us. I love to hear your journey, and I'm really excited to hear more as you introduce Reunion Island more to our Taiwanese friends here on the island. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Peace. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on the NG English show. We appreciate your time. Please follow along with Pauline or myself wherever you can find us on the World Wide Web, and we'll talk to you next time. All right, bye. All right, well, that is our NG English show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG英文 or you can search on IG NG English ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7 and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.